new flagship for a new era. That is the all-new Mercedes-Benz EQS sedan. An electric vehicle with the latest tech, engineering and design language that the company has to offer. Now, when they teach you aerodynamics in the context of the automobile, that right there is pretty much the shape anybody would draw on a piece of paper. Quintessential coupe roofline, nice and swoopy. It's a real definition, a real character of the EQS. When you look at it from afar, you straight away know it's this car. The car is built on the EVA 2 platform. That's Electric Vehicle Architecture 2.0 in Mercedes speak. The EQS has the typical Mercedes EQ face with a glossy black front grille element and distinct LED lighting up front and at the back. Really pretty pattern on the alloy wheel. Here in Germany, this is a 21-inch wheel. In India, we'll get 20 inches for obvious reasons. I am a little concerned about the ground clearance, but we'll wait and see what happens with that in terms of the India model. Now, this particular design detail is specific to the EQS, and that is how you fill up the windshield wiper fluid. Why? Why do you do that here? Well, that's because the hood is fixed. You can't open it even if you want to, only the workshop can do that. And that's similar to the iX. Remember the BMW, it was just the logo that pops open to help you fill up. Now when I unlocked the car, these handles came out, but that's not the only way to do it. You don't have to use the key fob. Approach the car, simply just swipe the handle and out they pop. So that's a nice new feature, something that we haven't seen in these popping out handles before. And then you get in. They get nicely backlit, these door handles, when they come out. You see that, of course, in the dark. And overall, I think the trim and detail, we'll have to wait and see what comes on the India spec, but we are going to get this one fully loaded variant. I certainly hope this two-tone paint work makes it to us, because it's very distinct, very upmarket, but you can, of course, get lots of monochrome options on paint. India will get the Mercedes-AMG EQS 53 as the launch model. The AMG model has mad power and will be in limited volume. But then we will get the EQS 580. That's the car you see with me now. This will be assembled in India. All right, inside the boot, massive hatch. I mean, that just gives you tons of space, not something you really expect always in an electric car. And this is a nice little added feature, which I think is something different. Just adds a sort of a little bit of a parcel tray cover and gives you a little bit of private screen of sorts, which I like. It's something different. Space in here also for your electric charging cable and any other tools, etc. that you might need. Huge boot, can't get over that. The cabin of the EQS is very plush. It is roomy too, and the seats are finished impeccably with the finest materials, and there's lots of tech all around. The rear seats are especially luxurious. Beautiful white seat belts and buckles that light up, so it's easy to find them at night. Nice, very soft pillows, and that's something we got used to, right? Because you had these really nice soft headrests that came in the S-Class previous generation. It's something Mercedes has stuck to. The cabin back here, I mean, it's the sense of material quality and opulence that will really grab you. There's lots of elements all around the cabin that are finished in this light bronze, like a rose gold. It runs around everywhere. That's kind of nicely done. The wood trims, you can get lots of options, but this one is beautifully done as well. Burmester sound system, 2 screens for rear seat entertainment, a really nicely contoured seat which is really comfortable. You can have 3 passengers and there are 3-point seat belts for all 3. Drop down armrest, that's not surprising at all. A little bit of storage space with a wireless phone charger and a little pop out tab, so you can browse the internet and select music, operate MBUX, all of that through this as well. So again, those are things you have seen before on the S-Class. Climate control for the rear passengers, you have your own little screen back here, and then the entertainment screen. Of course, I can log into my profile again. This user is already logged in at another seat, well, because I'm the driver. So okay, let's just say use without profile, and then you get cars function. You can look at the energy flow of the vehicle, you can look at the music, the climate control options, the seat and the massage options, and the entertainment options, as well as the navigation map options. So lots that you can control from back here. Very comfortable back seat, great on legroom, great on overall comfort. And if this isn't good enough for you, of course you can recline this seat as well and settle in for a nice long ride. The front of the cabin is also loaded with tech. That massive hyper screen is a huge USP. It is a 55-inch end-to-end layout made up of 3 individual screens merged as one. The virtual cluster and central touchscreen are in line with the latest MBUX interface. You get the expected connectivity and telematics features. The new bit is the dedicated screen in front of the passenger too. What's interesting is that right now it's not activated because there's no one sitting here. So I could tap it and nothing would happen. Only when you're sitting there is when that will come to life. The virtual cluster, again, we've been seeing this from Mercedes for a while. With the new NTG 7.0 version of MBUX, you now get a very, very detailed and very rich experience when it comes to the overall graphics and all the options. But we've shown you that on the new S-Class. On the EQS, it is pretty similar. There's lots of space in this cabin. The sense of space is great thanks to the split panoramic roof. But you actually have physical space for storage as well. There's a bin here, there are big cup holders here, there's a wireless charger in there. Your key fob, which is quite sexy looking, I have to say, also charges wirelessly by just placing it on the little pad over here. And then you can shut that bin. And below this, you have sort of a floating structure, because below this you have tons of space, and there's a little strap which is nice because you can put in things like a tablet or a smartphone and it won't shift around and won't rattle around. Burmester sound system and impeccable quality of the overall interior. And then you have this little light strip that runs all across the dash and into the door. It's really cool, it's really nicely finished, and of course that's ambient lighting, so you can change the light. On the climate control system, you also get the air quality monitoring, and so it will keep sort of checking what kind of air you have outside the car. Right now, given where I am, it's just 3 on the PM 2.5 scale. Internally, it's showing me that it's only on 1, so it is actually filtering out whatever little particulate matter there is, and you can have different settings in terms of both the ionization and also the air freshener that you can add to this. So just mind-boggling how much you can do. And the new steering with its little touch pads, the little touchpad for the operation of the sunroof, all of that is stuff that you're starting to see increasingly across all Mercedes-Benz vehicles in any case. The cabin is a massive technology, design and experience showcase for the luxury brand, and really sets the tone for what you can expect from Mercedes-Benz going forward. Very impressive. On the road, the EQS is equally impressive. The whole experience is exceedingly smooth. Now it's extremely silent, the EQS is, and it's something that you expect from an electric, but it's also very regal in its performance. It's got this really smooth, almost hushed kind of a ride, and it's very comfortable. As a result, that is something that you will really enjoy on this car. Yes, that character is really crucial to the experience that the EQS stands for. And this will especially matter a lot to the owners who only sit at the rear. But that does not mean its performance is dull. Far from it. The EQS is extremely quick. I expected that. It's got different drive modes, of course, that you can use, and those are the ones you'd expect as well. What's really nice is all the displays and the very obvious change in character on the car when you go from, say, Eco to something like Sport. Now, in Eco, you actually feel the throttle kind of getting a little bit pulled away from you. Why that's nice is because there's an effort to actually try and push the car when it's in Eco mode. So it's almost like a reminder that you're trying to save more power, and that's nice. By the same logic, when you have your foot on the brake and you put it into Sport mode, or you put the regeneration on, you can feel the brake pedal getting sucked away from you, because then the car is sort of taking active control of the braking in a sense for almost single pedal use, because you do have normal recuperation, you have strong recuperation, and then you have no recuperation. You can go from basically D plus to D to D minus. Minus is strong recuperation. That's what I like. The acceleration, even in Eco, is pretty phenomenal. You do get a sense of exhilaration from this motor, and the 4MATIC all-wheel drive certainly makes a greater case, because you have a stronger overall sense of handling and greater maneuverability. Now, having the latest generation of the MBUX means you also get the latest generation of the virtual assistant. Hey Mercedes, how much battery power do I have left?
The battery is charged to 64%.
Hey Mercedes, how far can I drive on that battery?
You can still drive 364 kilometers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Driving this car around the picturesque countryside is a lot of fun, because it is just so comfortable and yet energetic, precise, and it handles very well. Its all-wheel drive helps, but there's another feature at play. Now, a lot of cars get four-wheel steering, and the EQS has it too. I can tell you that the India spec will get it as well. The difference though is that in many cars, the rear wheels, well, they have a manipulation angle of about 4 to 6 degrees. In the case of the EQS, it's as high as 10 degrees, which gives you even more maneuverability, a greater sense of control, and the feeling of being a more compact car in terms of the lower speed performance, because it effectively shortens the wheelbase. And then of course at higher speeds, more control and maneuverability, because then the rear wheels move in conjunction with the front ones. The Mercedes-AMG EQS 53 is expected to debut at around 2 crore 40 lakh to 2.5 crores. While that will be imported in limited volumes, the EQS 580, like I said, will be assembled in India. Expect that to drive in at around 1 crore 80 lakh to 2 crore rupees. We should also subsequently get the EQS SUV and the EQE sedan in India. But for now, after the EQS, the next electric from Mercedes-Benz in India will be the EQB 7-seater SUV.
The World Luxury Car.
The EQS is 2022 World Luxury Car. It is no surprise why my fellow jurors chose it so overwhelmingly. Luxury now means not just comfort or opulence, nor just materials and features. It is also the sense of being the best engineering, best technologies, best performance, and the Mercedes-Benz EQS is certainly emblematic of that.